All right, let's talk about what might just be the hardest and maybe the most important part of building wealth, actually knowing when you have enough. We spend decades of our lives learning how to make money, how to accumulate it, but we spend almost no time thinking about what an enough strategy really looks like. And this question gets right to the heart of it. At some point, the game has to change. And the crazy thing is, more money often just means less peace. The research is pretty clear on this. There's this point where more money stops making you any happier. Globally, that number is somewhere around $95,000 a year. After that, the benefits just start to fall off a cliff. And all that growth, well, it just adds more pressure. That constant chase for more turns what should feel like progress into this constant weight on your shoulders. The goalposts just keep moving further and further away. And here's the real trap, the great irony of it all. The very ambition that helped you build all that wealth, it can actually become the cage that stops you from ever enjoying the freedom you were working for in the first place. Okay, so let's get into it. This more treadmill, why is it so incredibly hard to just step off? Why does this chase feel like it never, ever ends? Well, there's a big psychological reason, and it's called hedonic adaptation. It's a fancy term for a really simple idea. As soon as you get that thing you wanted, that raise, that bigger house, your brain just adapts. It becomes the new normal. And boom, you're right back where you started, happiness-wise. And this quote right here, it just nails the real-world problem. It's from someone in the FIRE community, that's Financial Independence Retire Early, and it shows you just how powerful that one more year feeling is. The math, it's just so tempting. And let's be real, the numbers behind that temptation are staggering. If you've got, say, $1.5 million saved up, just a few more years of work could add another $500,000 to your nest egg. That's the magic of late-stage compounding. It feels like you're walking away from the easiest money of your life. How do you say no to that? And that's the trap right there. The whole system is built to reward growth, to reward ambition. But without a clear finish line, it just becomes a cage. You're stuck in this loop, always chasing something that's just a little bit further away. So, this is where we need to make a really important mental shift. We've got to stop thinking of enough as just a number on a spreadsheet. It's a strategy. It's a turning point. So what does that actually mean? Well, enough is not about some fixed net worth you can brag about. It's not about a perfect income or about keeping up with the Joneses. Enough is when your needs are covered. It's when the financial pressure is gone. And most importantly, it's when you have options, real freedom to choose what you do with your time because money isn't calling the shots anymore. Now, a lot of people use a simple rule of thumb to get a ballpark figure. It's called the Rule of 25. You just figure out your annual expenses, multiplied by 25, and that gives you a target for your portfolio. The idea is you can then withdraw about 4% a year. It's a decent starting point, for sure, just to get the math going. But is a number really the finish line, or is it just a signal, a sign that it's time to stop playing offense and start playing a whole new game? Because if you stay on that treadmill after you've already won, well, there are some serious hidden costs. You think you're just trading your time for more money, but you're actually trading away the one thing you can never, ever get back. Think about it. Without that finish line, what happens? Your lifestyle just keeps creeping up, pushing that goalpost even further out. You keep your money in risky investments for way too long, and that stress, the very stress you worked so hard to get rid of, it just comes right back. Yeah, this quote from the book Die with Zero, it doesn't pull any punches. Money is a tool, right? It's meant to be used, not just hoarded. If you die with a giant pile of cash, it means you literally traded your life energy, your health, your time, your experiences, for something you never even got to use. And that life energy, that time, it's way more limited than we like to admit. Look at this number. For an average woman in the US, you're looking at about 9.6 healthy years in retirement. For men, it's even less, 8.1. So when you say just one more year, you're giving up a huge chunk of that healthy, vibrant time you have left. So, okay, how do you actually make this shift? It's all about changing your game plan. You have to move from playing offense, all about growth and scoring points, to playing defense, which is all about protecting your lead and preserving what you've built. The question you ask yourself every day completely changes. It goes from how much more can I possibly get to how do I keep what I have simple and secure? It's a total flip. So, what does protection even look like? Well, it's not just about stuffing cash under a mattress. It's about using smart tools, like annuities. An annuity can give you a guaranteed income for life. The goal isn't to get the biggest returns anymore. It's to buy peace of mind, to make sure you never run out of money. And honestly, that can be way more efficient than just saving and saving forever. This is the real secret of people who stay wealthy. They are masters of the defensive game. First, they put a hard cap on their lifestyle. No more bigger houses just because they can afford them. Second, they pull risk off the table, shifting away from aggressive stocks. And third, they simplify everything. They get rid of the complicated stuff that just eats up their time and mental energy. Which brings us to what I think is the most important idea of all. The real finish line, the true goal of all this, it's not a number. It's a completely new relationship with money. Because at the end of the day, the highest form of wealth isn't accumulation, it's peace. It's that feeling when decisions become simple, when you stop comparing yourself to others, when that knot of financial stress just dissolves. That is the real prize. And that's really what this all boils down to. Wealth was never meant to be a scoreboard to impress other people. It was always meant to be a tool to set yourself free. So the final goal isn't about getting to infinity, it's about getting to enough. Enough to be completely and totally free. Thanks for joining me.